Thank you. That surprised me that he was that nice. Kind of nervous here. This is probably more nervous than walking out on College World Series field for the first time. That was easy because I knew what I was doing, or at least I thought I knew what I was doing. I have no idea here, but we're going to give it a shot. I want to thank the committee for selecting me for this honor. I feel very fortunate, humbled, honored. It surprised me totally, and I thank you for that. I'd also like to thank a lot of people here and my family, which I got my mom and dad here, my granddaughter Haley, her children Kelly and Kaylee, and Chris, her husband, my brother-in-law Dennis, and my sister Renee. And it's really important to have them here. But one thing I learned is you always save the best for the last. They're the best part of my life, so I'll talk about them later. This honor would never have happened if it wasn't for a lot of individuals along the way. You know, in our avocation, we have a lot of people that are special to us. And no accomplishment, no official can accomplish anything without these people. The successes, the failures, the joys, you name it. Without these people, we wouldn't have it. And I'm going to take my time today to thank those people because they're important to me. You know, as an official, you either have to be independently wealthy or have an understanding boss. I'm not independently wealthy by no means, but I had some bosses that were very understanding. You know, bosses, they have to kind of tell everybody why you're not there when you should be there. Especially in my case, a lot of weekends gone and co-workers, you know, why does he get to go off and make extra money and I got to stay here? So these individuals are very important to me, and one of those individuals is right here is Tom Vernon, who was my superintendent at Great Bend for 12 years, 13, whatever it was, and he successfully fielded those questions, and so did Tim Freese, my principal at the high school, and I'm not so sure they were always happy with me. Dr. Vernon had a son that played football at Bethany, and his first year at Great Bend, we got Bethany in Ottawa. I'm thinking, great, I'll show the boss just what I'm doing and how great I am. It didn't quite work out that way. Ottawa, it's a great game. We get down to the final under a minute of the game, and Ottawa's down by 5, I think it was, with a minute to go, and they're driving down the field, and it's getting tighter and tighter, and the clock operator Bethany had a slow thumb. He was running time off. We kill the clock keep running, we put time back on. Next play, clock kept running, we put time back on. I'm going, this ain't going to end well. Sure as the world it didn't. With about 7, 8 seconds, they throw a pass over the middle. The guy catches it, they're jumping up the line, they're getting there. Quarterback takes it, he snaps it, he spikes it. We look up the clock, Tom Harrison and I both look at the clock, and boom, there it is. 1 second left on the clock, but it keeps going. Bethany comes rushing on the field, they're all happy, we're going, no, go back. We got 1 more second, so we put time on for the 3rd time in less than a minute. And sure as the world, the guy next pass for Ottawa throws us about 26-yard touchdown, boom, Ottawa wins. We're in trouble, right? We get off the field, I'm thinking, boy, we got through there, we did the right thing, this and that. Monday morning, from my boss in the inter-office mail. Dr. Vernon had come from Harrington, and he had gotten a pad that said, and excuse me for my language, but this is what it said shit list. I was number 1. So, thank you, boss. You know, so there's those type of things. You know, when I came back from Omaha, my coworkers, they put a skeleton in the chair at my desk and about 5 reams of paper all over, and had a little hat on so they love you, they really do. None of us included in this Hall of Fame would not be here without great partners. And I see a few of my partners around here, and I know I'd miss somebody. But we're like family. And you're only as good as that guy next to you. And I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for some great people that I have. You enjoy the camaraderie, their family. I had the opportunity to work with some great people that knew how taught me how to do things right and sometimes how not to do some things. And I appreciated that from them. As officials, we have to make a split-second call. And we got to pull upon all our knowledge, all our judgment, all the experiences that we get over the years in a split second. But the people up there in the booth, they get to watch it 5-6 times in slow motion. You probably enjoy that very much, don't you, Tom? So, you know, you pull on all those experiences and you hope that you make the right call, and it's such a short period of time. And when I was writing this, I thought of something. We had a game and I got a lot of Woo-Shot fans in here, I know, so I'm going to have to be quiet. And by the way, the game's very close. You're going to enjoy watching it. I won't let you know. But we had WSU and Oklahoma State, and they don't like each other very well. And whenever, they didn't play nice, not at all, in baseball terms. And they'd always come up here in the middle of April, we'd have a game, and there'd be 6,000 or 8,000 Woo-Shot fans yelling and screaming. And not very nice things. Gary Ward was the coach at Oklahoma State, but he was hurt. He had a bad back or something, so he sends his assistants, Tom, who we call Doc Holliday, and Bob, what was Swank's name? What was his first name? Swanky. I can't remember. Jim Swanky. He sent them up to be his head coach. Now, first of all, you don't have Gary Ward there, who's probably a legend in his own time, against Gene. And they don't play nice, so we got a problem at the onset, and we know we got a problem. And so I'm pulling on all my experiences, and I got Kim McQueen behind the plate, and I got Timmy Davis over third. And we're working first. Next thing I know, Kim McQueen's ejected Gene. That's nothing new, because Gene was being Gene. So anyway, I get to thinking, oh crap, what are we going to do now? And here's Ken doing this to me, so I got to go down and get Gene off of him. I get Gene, I said, come on Gene, we got to go. I know we got to go. So we get him off, and Gene's almost out the door when this 20-something GA they got on first base, or better yet known as a left turn signal, he decides he's going to pop off to Gene. And Gene came out of that dugout like a baby bull. And I'm going, whoa, Gene, you can't be out here, you can't be out here. And he's screaming things I cannot repeat here, and I will not repeat. And we do our dance. I said, Gene, you're already going. You got to go, you got to go. He says, I'm not leaving. He's going to not talk to me that way, not on my home field. I said, Gene, I'm going to run him if you'll just leave. And if you leave now, I won't suspend you, but you got to go. And about that time I look around, because I'm oblivious. And now we're in that split-second thing. I'm oblivious to what's going on. The next thing I know, I got 25 from them and 25 from Wichita State. We got everybody out there wanting to fight. And I go, okay. I said, here's what we're going to do, Gene. You're going to leave, and I'm going to run him. And Doc Holliday looks at me and goes, Randy, you can't run him. He didn't do anything. I said, Doc, look around. We got 25 of you out here. Everybody wants to fight. Somebody's leaving the yard. I said, Doc, it can be you, Swank, it can be you, or it can be him. Doc takes a deep breath and says, I guess you're leaving the yard. He left. So, all the things that Bob and Dennis and all my partners have taught me over the years, I used in one swift and quick way. I know I'm going to miss somebody, so I'm not even going to try, guys. I know you're out there, Goodhart, Tutex, Peasy, Tom Harris, Goldsmith, Mike Owen. I even got our lawyer here. Our football crew was so bad, we had to bring our lawyer. I kid you not. We get in the van, all 6 of us, and there'd be Shy driving the van. That's our lawyer. Had to have him with us. So, I would really like to thank them all. They were great, wonderful. Peasy, he's more than just my partner and friend. He was my physical therapist. And one thing you got to know about Peasy, he's a masochist, plain and simple. I got a knee replacement. And he brings me in and says, now we're going to get you ready for the College World Series. This is our goal. Yeah, all right, Soup, let's do this. He gets me on a table, and they have these things they call wall slides. You lay flat on your back, you put your foot up against the wall, have a 45-degree angle with your knee. You're trying to get more range of motion, right? Slide it down the wall. I'm in tremendous pain. I go, I can't go any further. He says, oh, sure you can. And standing from me to Craig here, he goes, watch this. And he goes, whack, 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 and just starts hitting my leg all the way down the wall. I'm screaming, ready to kill him, but he's just out of my reach. Thank you, Sapezi, for what you did for me. Mentors are a vital foundation to what we do. In basketball is Gary Tranbarger and Mark Goodhart, another Hall of Famer. Before lunch, I was watching this, and gosh, I had the privilege of having a lot of Hall of Famers as my mentors. No wonder I was lucky to get to this point, because without them, I wouldn't have had it. Gary got me started. We're coming back from a football game at Fort Hays. He goes, "Hey, Randy, you got to take up basketball. I got a guy that quit on me. You need to take that." I said, "I don't know anything about it." He said, "Sure you do. You've refereed every Friday night. Tuesday nights too." And I said, "No, I haven't. I was coaching." My point exactly. He refereed every night. He had a great point, so I took it up. Goody has been a mentor to me. I appreciate his humor, his honesty, his constructive criticism and support. Goodhart and Tranbarger had this way of telling you screwed up, but make you feel good about it. I don't know what it is about them that can do that. And I appreciate it. You know, Goody and I, we refereed together. He's a principal too. In fact, he just told me a little bit ago he's sending me some of his finest tomorrow to enroll in Great Bend High School. Thank you, Goodhart. I'll have them back to you by the end of the week. In football, it was Tom Harris. Tom Harris was our white hat. And what I learned from Tom is about paying attention to detail and professionalism. Tom treated everybody with respect and dignity. He knew the rules no matter how obscure, and he quizzed us on them regularly. And I can remember one time, we're working at Fort Hays, and there's a rule in the book: you can't elevate the ball when you're kicking it, right? Place kick, snapper takes it, no elevating the ball. We're working at Fort Hays, here comes this little kid, the holder out, he has a little piece of paper, the kicker does. He puts a piece of paper down on the ground where he wants him to spot the ball. Tom goes, "Oh, no, you can't do that, son." "Why not?" "Everybody else lets me." He said, "No, you can't do that, can't elevate the ball." "You kidding me? It's a 64th of an inch." But we didn't do it because we paid attention to detail. Reason I worked the Division II championship game was because of a great crew, and like I said, Tom Goldsmith is there, Mike Owen, and Tom. They were all on my crew. They were great people. And it was because of Tom and that great crew that I got the chance to work the Division II championship game. They paid attention to the details and respected the game. And I'd be remiss if I didn't tell the story about going to Kingsville, Texas. They sent us down there to work a regional game, first round, the same year we got to go. And every other region had problems except ours, because we paid attention to detail. We come in the night before, and the guy that's running the NC2A tells us, he says, "Well, we want you out there about an hour and a half, hour 45 before the game." "Why? It's only an hour in the book." We found out once we got there. Dennis Walker and I, we had a tendency to be late. We looked at each other and said, maybe we ought to go out. So we go out, an hour and a half before the game. We got the kickers, the punters, and the specialist guys wanting to fight. So we knew right then we had a problem. But because we took care of detail, and there were some things that went on, we were able to get through that game without any other problems, and nobody else did throughout the region. But the best thing, the coolest thing about going to Kingsville, got drive-through liquor stores. And you guys think I'm talking about you drive up the window? No. It's a Quonset hut, a round top. You drive in one end, they open the roll top, you drive in, you drive right into your car, you stop right by the cash register and tell them what you want, they bring it to your car window, you drive out the other end. Wonderful concept. Probably the two most important mentors to me are Dennis Walker and Bob Homolka. And fortunately, I got Bob back here. I knew I couldn't do this. These two guys are the most important two people in my life in officiating. I mean, gotta make sure. We spent 35 years together, numerous miles, beer, stories, discussing plays, rule situations, and everything else. They taught me how to respect the game. They taught me about the rules. They taught me how to handle coaches, and best of all, how to manage the game. When you go to war, these two people were the most important people I had. I knew I had them right there beside me, and they were going to be there and get me through it. And there was only one time where I didn't think that was going to happen. We had KU in Nebraska. And we had a weird play. We runner third only. Bob's working third. Dennis is working home. I'm working first. Suicide squeezed by Nebraska. They botch it. I'm rotating into the middle of the diamond. I'm looking right out. They'll run him back. And Bob and Dennis have the worst angle of everybody to see whether he gets tagged or not. They call him safe. Dave Bingham comes out. Dave never came out, so you knew maybe we made a mistake. They look around. They talk about they're going to go. Dave points at me, and I go, crap, they're going to make me do this. So here comes Dennis and Bob, and they go, what'd you see? And I said, we're going to have to run Sanders. They said, just tell us what. You know, Dennis, it'll be all right. I'll take care of it. We aren't going to let him get on you. I said, okay. We tagged him right on the butt. He's out. Bob went over and was strategically placed to stop Sanders. What was his first name? John Sanders. He's strategically placed to stop John from getting to me. Dennis says, okay, here we go. And he goes, he's out. And Sanders went right by Bob, faster than a blink of an eye, and was by Dennis, and I'm headed to right field because I know what's coming. And by Dennis can't get him stopped, and finally he turns me around and says, Randy, how in the hell can you call that from that far? You're too far away from it. I said, Coach, it's simple. On a clear day, I can see the sun, and it's 96 million miles away. John left. I got more about these two here in a minute, but in today's world, you got to go to a lot of camps. You got to spend a lot of money to be seen or not to be seen. These two gave me my start by just having faith in me. Sue talked about the 26-1 state title. I don't get it without Bob. Bob was working the game. He was the head official. And Bob saved me from getting teed, so Bob helped me there too. We spent most of the week doing laundry together and having drinks, and then I'd get there Saturday and it's like, oh hell, this is going to be easy. We made it. But, you know, back then, all you had to do was know somebody. And them being willing to give you a chance, like I believe Tom said. You got it. But once you got there, you better be able to perform. And you better be able to take the lumps. You better be able to take the criticism. And you, by gosh, better be a great partner. Because that's the most important thing there is. You know, Bob and Dennis worked a lot of my basketball games, so that's how they knew that I was one to umpire. I learned from Elmo Lowry in Great Bend, Kansas. Great official. And Dennis, I told him I wanted a referee, or umpire. One summer I'm in Night Sporting Goods in Salina, and it's about 3:30, 3:45, and in comes Dennis with his son. He goes, hey Randy, you still want to umpire? I said, sure. He says, great, you got a game at 6 o'clock in McPherson. Smith is going to pick you up at 4:30. Dennis, I don't have any gear. He says, that's all right, just use his stuff. It'll be all right. Just go. So I went. I evidently did a good enough job because he decided that he would take me to work the Hutch Bronx with Bob and some of the other guys. And that's back when, if you don't know, the Hutch Bronx was pretty good. We had a lot of guys go through there, people like Palmero, Incavilla, and Barry Bonds, Clemens. So you learned how to umpire, and you had to be ready to go. Both of them believed in me. Didn't matter what the situation, they always believed in me. Bob was probably my biggest critic, but it was constructive, and I appreciate it. He was quick-witted. He always knows what to say, when to say it, and make you feel good. And you learn from it. It's usually colorful. If any of you saw his acceptance speech from a few years ago, you know Bob's good. We had a game one time, and I was good at getting the low pitch. I like to get the bottom of the knee, made the game go quicker. made my life easier. But I'm hearing it from both dugouts, which is unusual. They're both yelling at me, come on, Randy, the pitch is down, get him up, get him up. And I'm going, come on, this can't be right. So I call Bob down and say, hey, Bob, is this water for me? Sure. Thank you. I said, Bob, are those pitches really down? He goes, well, they haven't bounced yet. But the worms at home plate are asking for helmets. I said, okay, I'll get the pitches up. Bob is, I love the man to death, but Bob's so quick-witted, and I got to share this story. We went to Wichita State to work a game. Thankfully, it got rained out, and we're sitting there, and we're this has been what, 20 years ago, Bob? At least. We're sitting there in the locker room waiting for them to make a decision. Finally, they make a decision not to play the game, that the rain's not going to pass. And there's this cooler of beer over there, so Bob starts drinking the beer, and I do too. And then Scott Noble brings all the beer down from the All-American Club, and I'm thinking, I got to go. Finally, about 11 o'clock, I said, Bob, we got to go. I got to go to work in the morning. So we go, and we're headed down I-135, and all of a sudden Bob says, I got to use the bathroom. I said, Bob, I said, I got to go. So we pulled, this when they were doing all the construction around Mountain Ridge. So I pulled down off the interstate, and I pull over to the side. He says, come on, hurry, I got to go. And so I stop, and he gets out, and he's relieving himself on my back tire, and I'm looking around, all of a sudden there's red lights. Red and blue lights everywhere, and I'm going, holy cow, we're going to jail. But I forgot I had Bob with me. Bob is so quick-witted. The cop gets out, and he goes, oh man, am I glad to see you guys. Boy, this is the greatest thing in the world. I think we blew a wheel bearing. It got hot, so you see where I threw the water on. They let us go. Bob was great. I love both of these men more than I can say. I appreciated them taking me under their wings and teaching me how to survive and persevere as an official. You know, they were there for the good times and bad times, and they gave me the survival skills to be what I was, whether that was good or bad. Probably the most important building block of an official's career is your family. And my family's terrific. Without their support and understanding, none of what I accomplished would be possible. My mom and dad, they gave me the love for the sports, especially baseball. They were always there, always at my games, would take me to games, bring me back from games, all those good things. It was really special on Father's Day to have my mom and dad in the stands on Father's Day. We got to go out to eat earlier in the day, and then I had the late game, and just being able to walk on the field and looking up there and seeing them, that was really special. Haley, we raised Haley. Haley's actually our granddaughter, and we basically raised her. And she got the short end of the stick through a lot of this stuff, and I missed a lot of her games, and I shouldn't. Although I did get out of one game one time to take you to a father-daughter dance. So at least I did that. Now I got Kaylee and Kelly, the two littlest granddaughters, and they're beautiful, and I get